The TVWan News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello, this is TV1 News. I'm Carol Kido Jr.
And I'm Marisela Kelleton. Join me later for sports.
In this edition, from a concept to a world-class facility, landowners want full payment, and LCA takes over Sir Ignatius Kilagi Stadium. The Mathematics and Computing Science Department of the Divine Word University is embracing innovative artificial intelligence technologies as well as harnessing learning without compromising human intellect. Head of Department Cyril Sasoro said while the department is trying to phase out some of the units not relevant to the industry, it is encouraging its students to use AI tools responsibly.
Divine Word University's Mathematics and Computing Science Department is embracing artificial intelligence technologies. Without compromising human intellect in the process, the department is trying to phase out units that are now irrelevant to the industry. Head of Department Cyril Sasoro said technology advances and evolves over time. Applications become outdated.
We are teaching the mathematics of it, cryptography and all that, but the application. So one of the units next year, we will be delivering cybersecurity. And there's two more units that we will include. One on cloud computing that goes with the government's decision of digitalizing, all the government departments. So cloud computing. And the other one is artificial intelligence.
MCS students have the chance to play around with AI software to produce high-level assessments. However, Sasoro admits that there is still no proper regulatory system in place for AI technology. DWU would like to see that students apply responsibility when using AI in assessments. Hence, the school has mechanisms in place to screen assessments to ensure students have not misused online AI programs to do these assessments.
The technology is not a change over some period of time. This is everyday change. So it's a challenge to regulate it and how can best we use for humanity. And at this stage, a lot are talking about responsible, how you will use it responsible.
In addition, Mr. Sasoro said students are aware that AI tools are for enhancing learning. While they can use it to their advantage, they must be conscious of its implications. Furthermore, assessments are tailored to show if students comprehend the new modes of learning, the new programs, or the concepts introduced.
Part of the assessment is for them to come, sit down with me and start asking, what does this code do? Can you say the data, where does it start and all of that? So they need to explain. So even if they use AI to help them to write the code, do all of this, but they need to understand what they are doing.
Sasoro admitted it is a challenge, but the department strives to ensure that learning outcomes do not deviate for its objectives for students. Alice Peter, TV1 News, Medan.
The Supreme Court in Waigani on Monday refused 2 leave applications by Medan Governor Ramsey Pariwa. The leave applications filed at the National Court in Medan were to review an earlier decision that dismissed his objection of competency. Justice Derek Hartshorn ruled that the matter before the court is in relation to the election petition by petitioners Jerry Singarok and Peter Yama against Pariwa and the PNG Electoral Commission. The outcome stands now that a trial will commence on a date yet to be set by the court.
Supreme Court Justice Derek Atshon refused two leave applications filed by the Medan Governor Ramsey Parua against petitioner Jerry Singarod and Peter Yama that was heard at the Medan National Court. Justice Atshon said the sought leave to review does not prevent Governor Parua from defending the case further in trial. The court found that the presiding judge in Medan then upheld parts of Parua's objections to Yama's petition and struck out 3 grounds, leaving only 1 to go on trial. 8 grounds of Singarod's case against Parua were sustained by the court. Parua filed this leave application in the Supreme Court to review the National Court's decision, saying that the court had erred in law by not upholding its objection to competency and for not dismissing the 2 petitions against him. Justice Atshon said it is not in the interest of justice to grant leave as according to justice. Leave to review should not be granted in a case where the decision sought to review does not affect the substantive rights of the applicant. As a result of Justice Atshon's decision, the National Court can now set the date to proceed with the trial of Singarod's petition. Speaking outside the courthouse, the retired Major General said the application dismissed by the court is an indication that there is still a trial to be conducted.
And because the trial is still pending, I am not privy to discuss the content of the trial to the public, but it's important to say that this is an important process that we have to go through.
Meanwhile, trial in Yama's petition was completed last month, and the National Court is expected to end down the ruling on October 23, 2023.
President's leadership there, Medan will have always have order. If there is no order, because there is no leader. So I wish that, and I hope that, whatever the outcome of this court, we will see on 25th of October.
Tracy Pa, TV1 News. The court-ordered by-election for Kabung Open will now be reviewed following the decision by the Supreme Court yesterday granting a leave to Patrick Bassa to review the court decision of 26 May 2023 that declared his election null and void. Patrick Bassa, who was declared under special circumstances but ousted in the Court of Disputed Returns in May this year, will now file a stay application to set aside the orders of May for a by-election while the review proceeds to trial.
On Monday, Justice Kennings granted the leave to review the application filed by Kabung MP Patrick Bassa after the National Court declared his election null and void, ordering a by-election for the Kabung Open electorate. Justice Kennings said the decision by Justice Mahuhu on 26 May 2023 in the election petition in which the petitioner Haring Kwareka challenged the return of Patrick Bassa as the MP in the 2022 election was not proper. Justice Manu U ruled in May that the Electoral Commission's reliance on Section 175(1)(a) of the Organic Law on national and local level government election to declare the first respondent as the successful candidate under special circumstances was proper. Its decision was made with references to the Southern Islands provincial seat in the Powi versus Kaku case. However, Bassa's lawyer in their application for review of the decision argued that Justice Ma'u should not have relied on the Powi versus Kaku case as the 3-man branch in that case gave different rulings. They argued that the court cannot use Justice Kanda Kasia's judgment along in the Powi versus Kaku matter as being the opinion of the Supreme Court to use a reference for the decision. Justice Kennings therefore upheld Bassa's application, also noting that there is little national or Supreme Court authority on the question of the circumstances in which the Electoral Commission, as distinct from the returning officer, may involve Section 175(1)(a). Bassa's lawyer Stephen Ranewa, outside of court, said that the granting of the leave now means Basa can file a stay application.
This in effect means that we will then have to file an application for stay, which I indicated to His Honor. So we will file it this week and have it listed sometime next week for hearing before another judge, because His Honor said he will be going for leave. So if we are able to move that and get a stay, Mr. Basa can then represent his people, go back to Parliament and represent his people pending the hearing of the substantive review. Mr. Basa has been out of Parliament since the order made by the National Court in Lae.
Basa said the decision is a relief for him and his people. 6PM TVWan News.
It is not how you start the race that determines success, but how you finish it. Prime Minister James Marape made this opening statement when delivering his speech at the grand opening of the Nadzab Tomodachi International Airport in Lae, Morae Province, Monday afternoon.
Nadzab, in the Wampar LLG of Huon Gulf District in Morae Province, was bustling as early as 6 a.m. with sponsors, sing-sing groups, contractors, staff and volunteers preparing for the grand opening of the 692 million kina Nadzab Tomodachi International Airport. The Nadzab Airport Redevelopment Project is jointly funded by the Japanese Overseas Development Concessional Loan and the Government of Papua New Guinea through budgetary allocation. In his opening statement, Prime Minister James Marape said it is not how you start the race that determines success, but how you finish it. He said the concept of a redeveloped Nadzab was put together in 2005. Then he was elected into Parliament in 2007, where he held the portfolio of Vice Minister for Transport and Civil Aviation.
This is an airport befitting to 70% of this country's economy, carried out of Lae, carried through the Highlands highway infrastructure, carried through the Momasse infrastructures and the ocean of New Guinea Islands that fits into Lae. You carry this country's economy not by 10, 20, 30, 40%, but close to 70%.
Prime Minister Marape said Nadzab will be PNG's second international gateway, with the construction of a new passenger terminal building, fire station, the widening and strengthening of existing runway, taxiways, apron and road to accept larger aircraft, such as Boeing's widebody B777-200. The Nadzab Airport Redevelopment Project was initiated in 2015 through the Japan International Cooperation Agency's Official Development Assistance Loan for 692 million kina. With today's exchange rate, the amount would be 750 million kina. Marape gave the assurance that his government is not reckless, adding, "You have to borrow to grow the economy."
It has a 10-year grace period, meaning you don't repay when you secure a loan. This loan was secured in 2015. You don't repay until after 10 years. It has a 0.01% in terms of interest payment to this loan, and you repay for 40 years. I want to announce that our government put in counterpart funding to this project. We already paid 29 million kina. We have 84 million kina yet to go.
The Prime Minister then unveiled a plaque signaling friendship and cooperation between Japan and PNG. Then a Japanese sake barrel ceremony, or Kagami Biraki, was conducted, representing an opening to harmony and good fortune. Kamala Guare, TV1 News, Lae.
Minister for Lands and Deputy Prime Minister John Rosso has assured the landowners of Nadzab in Morae Province that he will make sure they resolve their outstanding issues. Prior to the opening of the Nadzab Tomodachi International Airport on Monday, the Orognaron clan of Wampa LLG in Huon Gulf District put up placards outside the new terminal on Sunday saying, "Pay us before opening."
Impact landowners of the Nadzab Airport Redevelopment Project have repeatedly been calling on the government and the operator National Airports Corporation to involve them in the consultation process as well as compensate them for the use of their land. On Sunday, the 1st of October, Orognaron clan of Wampar LLG in Huon Gulf District staged a peaceful protest in front of the new terminal with placards saying "Pay us" before opening. Their grievance arose from a 1973 lease agreement which sees the landowners get a payment of 5,000 kina per year from the government. However, the payment stopped in 2013 and the agreement is yet to be reviewed. When thanking the Orognaron and Wampar landowners for allowing the development to take place on their land, Deputy Prime Minister and Lands Minister John Rosso promised to work closely with them and NAC to fix the long-standing issues of NADZAB.
To take this time to reiterate my sincere appreciation to the people of Wampar for their foresight in gifting this land for us to build an airport on.
Rosso supported Morae Governor Luther Wenge's statement that landowners need to be recognized as the provincial administration and government headquarters will be moved to NADZAB, and the proposed NADZAB city stands to bolster economic growth within the region and improve the living standards of citizens.
Me like Toksawe, lo line blue me, lo place lo here again. NADZAB city, bamipla walk close to one time yupla. O line lo lands, which me minister lo lands one time, is now working on the planning. Bamipla consult him yupla more yet, so that Yumi can design him one pla good pla city, but benefit him Yumi, all people na country one time, so that the people of NADZAB and the Wampa people are not left out as in previous experiences. I can assure you, my people, that you will take forefront in all these activities and development.
Kamala Guare, TV1 News, Lay.
Coming up after the break, Koyari landowners want full payment, but Treasury issues warrant of only 5 million kina. That's next.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSP Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSP branch today to register now for BSP Mobile Banking. BSP Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSP, our bank, our people.
You like saving on winning plus scale rice mechi pack? Scale rice like giving you plenty chance to winning plenty scale prices. Kind price of sem 256 plus scale rice Navi set, 192 plus scale rice Kemo Eski, not 44 plus JBL and Co speakers, 102 plus wireless microphone. The win, 5 minute scale rice or Ori rice products, writing full name na contact details via lo box and lo receipt, not drop him inside the entry box. You get 4 plus draws, lo 4 plus fortnight, 116 plus winners, na 16 plus promotion locations. Just try us on. You got terms na conditions for display.
Papua New Guinea. We love a reason for a family gathering. A reason to play. A reason to ignite the flame. A reason to cook the best with the best. Flame Oil, now PNG made for PNG cooking. Flame Oil, winning taste.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Prime PNG made.
Ton 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 ton, hino ton ton.
If you can't stop thinking about the Hino range of trucks, then you better drive one today. Hino.
Ton ton.
Marker. Let's go. Darren and I are traveling around the world to find some new perspectives on some very old problems.
I can't believe this place exists.
Searching for healthy, sustainable living solutions for the planet.
Merge where we live with what we eat.
And all who live on it.
Woo!
From Europe to the Amazon, from superfoods to eco-warriors, welcome to a culture that screams green and responsible.
It's time to get down to earth.
Digicel TV presents the race that stops the nation, the most prestigious horse race in the world, the Melbourne Cup 2023, coming soon to Digicel TV.
Welcome back. Government has responded to the water and power cut to the city this morning. In Parliament this afternoon, Prime Minister James Marape has assured Koyari landowners that Treasury has issued a warrant of 5 million kina in an effort to meet their demands.
After water and power cuts to the city this morning, Prime Minister James Marape has assured Koyari landowners that Treasury has issued a warrant of 5 million kina to meet their demands. Member for Hiri Koyari took his people's plight to the floor of Parliament when it resumed this afternoon.
The police have attended to the issue and it's very peaceful, but that does not change the fact that power is running at 25 megawatts load shedding, very heavy, and I'm not certain, there is no undertaking from anybody that whether or not power and water will be restored anytime soon. It seems the answer to that can only be given properly, and if there is some reassurance by the good Prime Minister to our people of Port Moresby and Papua New Guinea to hear whether this Rona Koyari people could be settled very, very quickly. Otherwise, businesses are also going to shut down, operations will shut down in the city.
But for the immediate 15 million kina that is claimed to be outstanding, 5 million has already been warranted. Our Treasury and Finance and Planning are looking through our government registry to ensure that the other 10 is met. The landowners must indicate as to exactly where the disbursements will filter to. This is not the first time we, government, have made payments to the same group of landowners, but as it has happened in the past, one or two walk out with the money and the rest are left behind.
Asminero Jack, TV1 News.
Koyari landowners began cutting down trees to block off access to the Rona 1 to 4 hydro stations last night to get the government's attention, and they have. The blockade included water and power cuts to the city this morning. The government has responded with a 5 million kina warrant by Treasury.
Landowners are frustrated over the 15 million kina the government promised to pay out this week. This is the payout that has been neglected over many years. The payout is the outstanding royalty payment of 15 million kina to Koyari's 4 landowner companies, unsettled over several years. The drastic move follows on from a meeting held 3 weeks ago with landowners, Commerce Minister and Ministerial Task Force Chairman for Koyari Issues, Henry Amuli, Hiri Koyari MP Keith Iduhu, and PNG Power CEO Obed Baita to address landowner grievances. With no response forthcoming, landowners set out last night blocking off access to the Rona hydro facilities. They managed 19 roadblocks before Rona 2 hydropower station. Frustrated landowners included those from Rona, Central Sogeri, Sirinumu, and Sogeri hinterlands and the dam area. Chairman of Central Sogeri Holdings Limited, Arua Sales Soge, responded to the 5 million kina warrant by Treasury.
I understand there's only a warrant of 5 million been released to the Department of Commerce, which was confirmed by our chairman of RODCO, Rona, Chairman Babe, yesterday. which has infuriated the landowners. So why are we treated? It's like, they have a preference of, delivering to certain people and not to others. Koyari people, the water and power resource is the lifeblood of Port Moresby. For too long, far too long, they have been treating us that way. Why should we fight too hard to get our own money? This is insane.
Central PPC Superintendent Lai Moasi and police from Central and the NCD responded to calls of roadblocks at 2 this morning. Earlier today, he made calls to authorities to address the matter so that ease of movement along the Sogeri Road can return to normal.
Movement of vehicles to and from Sogeri down here, 17 miles, there's no vehicle moving. People are walking on the road. And if possible, the responsible authorities could come and address them so that we clear this place up.
While they have promised not to damage assets, they will not be negotiating with authorities until the payout of 15 million kina is paid. Jasmine Erujak, TV1 News.
Meantime, the Prime Minister emphasized on the floor of Parliament that there is no warrant of arrest out for him in relation to the UBS loan inquiry. Instead, he pledged continuous support to police in pursuing this investigation.
For the last how many years now? 17 going 18 years I've been a member of Parliament. There's never been a warrant of arrest issued by the magistrate or any magistrates for the arrest of James Marae up till today. It's a public record. Warrants are issued by the magistrate court, and the district court has not issued any warrant to date. I want to assure this country, your Prime Minister has nothing in respect to breach of law to be worried about. There is no added layer of police cover on my part.
The Securities Commission of Papua New Guinea, the regulatory authority overseeing the capital market of PNG, has granted crucial exemptions for the merger between the global gold giant Newmont Corporation and Newcrest Mining Limited. This decision comes after meticulous scrutiny, with the regulator expressing satisfaction that all stipulated requirements have been met. The world's largest gold company, Newmont Corporation, is poised to make history with its proposed acquisition of Newcrest Mining Limited. This strategic move includes the takeover of the prestigious Lihir mine in New Ireland and establishing a joint venture partnership in the Wafi-Golpu project. The recent memorandum of agreement and subsequent regulatory waivers signify major milestones as they secure approvals from key Papua New Guinea entities, including the Securities Commission of Papua New Guinea, the Independent Consumer and Competition Commission, and the Mineral Resource Authority. Newmont's Business Unit Managing Director, Alwyn Pretorius, said they look forward to continue working with the people of Papua New Guinea once they close the transaction.
Newmont is the world's biggest gold company, and this transaction we're proposing with Newcrest is going to be the biggest acquisition in the history of the gold industry. And from the very beginning, one of the major components of the attraction of this transaction to Newmont was the ability to acquire the Lihir mine in New Ireland, and also to become a joint venture partner in the Wafi-Golpu project. This memorandum of agreement, I think, is significant for two very specific reasons. It signifies the Commission's commitment to ensuring that the people of PNG continue to benefit from the increasing wealth created by the mining industry in the country, and also the Commission's commitment to strengthening the capital markets of PNG. We look forward to continuing to work with you once we close the transaction, and continue to work with the people of PNG and make this acquisition and the Lihir mine and the Wafi-Golpu joint venture a success.
Minister for International Trade and Investment Richard Maru extended gratitude on behalf of the government to Newmont Corporation for choosing to invest in Papua New Guinea. He emphasized the significance of the corporation's understanding in navigating the regulatory landscape allowing for the issuance of critical exemptions by the SCPNG.
I'd like to thank our team from Newmont and of course the acting chairman and his team at the Securities Commission of Papua New Guinea, who are the capital market regulators of our country, for finally reaching agreement after nearly 2 months of negotiations, which has now resulted in the signing of the MOA that binds both sides to a set of mutual understandings, which has resulted in government through the Securities Commission as regulator giving the regulatory approvals and exemptions to Newmont and Newcrest to proceed with the merger.
And now with the finance news, the kina closed unchanged at $0.2730 US in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2655 US, $0.4148 Australian dollars, $0.2460 euro, and 39.46 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, coffee, cocoa, copra, crude oil and copper closed higher, gold and palm oil closed the day lower. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, ASX closed lower, and all ordinaries closed lower as well. You're watching TV1 News. We'll continue with news from the region when we come back.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase easy pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
Hey, one talk! Want to win one of 4 Costa buses? Simply collect 6 SP Lager Red promo caps and enter the draw at a participating store near you. There are heaps of other great prizes to win too, like SP Hunters jerseys and other awesome SP Lager gifts. So enter the draw today for a chance to win. There's a bus to be won in Islands, Southern, Momase, and in New Guinea Islands. SP Lager, Bungi Mumi!
Right across the nation, we eat snacks crackers. Emi trupla. All get a young planalapun, only like him snacks crackers. Only make him here, no PNG, one-time lay biscuit company. It's crunchy and tasty. It's irresistible.
Hiya, Mama. You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magic kakaru, get up a big smile on face. Time for Kim chicken, a great fumu too. Sip, sip, the mumu, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, the taste PNG loves.
On the ground, the Fijian. Kebano, oh, Butterfingers there out of the hands of Dotty. You've got to be careful. He's up. Ramos in the corner.
This is shaping up to be the best Halloween haul ever.
Yeah, trick or treat. Oh, Reggie, it's Ricky.
Yeah, Tricky and Treaty, our favorite candy-related activities.
No, Reggie, I'm stuck.
Like where, Scoob?
Here.
Around here?
Uh-huh.
I'll try ringing the bell. We'll just use our foot as leverage.
Ooh.
Trick or Treat Scooby-Doo premieres Saturday, October 21st, 7 p.m. on HBO Family.
The rumble is on.
Punishing set of drives on the line.
Welcome back. The property market is continuing to soar with house prices set to hit a new record high. It's putting home ownership further out of reach for first home buyers, and it may put more pressure on the new Reserve Bank governor to raise official interest rates tomorrow.
A Saturday ritual for hopeful homeowners. One final look through the property before registering for a bidding paddle.
Nervous, but I guess we'll have to wait and see how we go.
Trying to make a smart decision for our future family.
This young couple pushed their budget to the limits for a 3-bedroom home in Greystanes in Western Sydney.
40, 1,240,000.
But it wasn't enough.
Third time, 1,249,000. Sold. Congratulations. Very, very well bought.
Despite months of rising interest rates putting pressure on borrowers, property prices have jumped for an 8th straight month.
The housing market is only about 1% away from being at new record highs.
The biggest monthly rises were in Adelaide, which grew 1.7% in September. Brisbane and Perth home values both grew 1.3%, while Sydney's jumped by 1%. Hobart was the only city to record a drop.
And that comes in spite of 4 rate rises through the start of the year. It's probably a reflection of the extraordinary mismatch of supply and demand in Australia's housing market.
There is some good news for first home buyers though. CoreLogic data shows a small but consistent increase in the number of homes for sale in the past few months, which is slowing the pace of growth. That could be a result of the 12 interest rate hikes finally biting. And tomorrow, new Reserve Bank Governor Michelle Bullock will hand down her first cash rate decision. She's predicted to hold off on another rate rise for now.
The Vanuatu government has boycotted Parliament, forcing an adjournment until Friday, 6 October 2023 due to a lack of a quorum. The extraordinary sitting was called to debate a motion of no confidence in Prime Minister Sato Kilman, with the opposition claimed to have the support of 27 MPs to the government's 24. The boycott on Monday effectively buys Kilman's camp more time to lobby support, especially in light of the government having had 1 MP removed from Parliament and another facing a potential suspension. Earlier on Monday, the Supreme Court upheld the recent dismissal of government MP Bruno Lencon by the Speaker of Parliament. Kilman's government came into power less than a month ago through a similar leadership challenge to the one he will be facing on Friday. With a hot and dry summer on the way, cattle producers are making the most of good pasture across Queensland's stock routes. A team of drovers is walking 2,000 head of cattle on a journey that'll last for months.
It looks like a scene from an old Western movie, but this is what modern-day droving looks like. Bill Little and his little team will spend 5 months walking this herd more than 1,200 kilometres.
Married to the mob. No, it's full on. Like, we do the same thing every day. We get up early, we look after the cows all day, we try and get to bed early, just do it all again next day.
They use the dawn light to pack up camp, saddle up and get back on the road.
Oh, I love it. Like, where else would you want to be, honestly, you know? Mornings like this, it's just insane, yeah.
It takes a team of 23 dogs, at least a dozen horses and 4 people to keep the cattle moving for months. These days, droving is a rare sight, with most graziers moving their stock by truck. Travelling less than 20 kilometres each day, the journey from Julia Creek to Tambo is a slow one. As the season turns and country dries up, graziers are taking advantage of the good feed along stock routes. Livestock agents say now is the time to buy, not to sell.
At the moment, I feel very fortunate that we've got beautiful feed and we're able to take advantage of the lower cattle prices.
Days bleed into weeks after months on the road. The team don't know when they'll be home next.
That's a good question in our game. We don't even know what day it is half the time.
Upon returning from Australia, founder of Medan Arts Maniac or MAM, Robert Banassi, has now come back energised with strategic ideas on how he can elevate arts in Medan province. Robert is a regular art seller in front of the Medan Resort Hotel in Medan province.
Down to Darwin was made possible through National Cultural Commission's MOU partnership with Paradise Palette. Paradise Palette is an organization owned by Australian Don Wotton, who promotes PNG arts down south. Don has spent many years in Papua New Guinea. Paradise Palette has had numerous exhibitions in Australia from PNG artists through the National Cultural Commission since 2017. This year, they have ventured into conducting roadshows in various parts of Australia to sell local PNG art. The first roadshow was in Cairns at the Tanks Gallery, where 3 artists from PNG exhibited their art. The second exhibition was in Darwin, where Robert and fellow artist Morgan Lavapo attended. They were fortunate enough to join the street festival as it coincided with the exhibition, enabling them for the first time to put PNG art as a mural on the walls on one of the buildings.
It's an opportunity to showcase the different culture and customs that we had through painting.
It was a dream come true for Robert, as he got to rub shoulders with other big-name international artists, as well as learn a few tricks from them.
And Ed so, we had the opportunity to actually, work with them and see their style and the way they do things. So it was quite a good experience. And coming from a country that we do not have the luxury of everything, and going down there and, you see at their doorstep, like they have everything they ever, you need to actually, do artwork is quite amazing. So you learn from them as well. And then you get to learn as well how to improvise when you come back. So bringing those experience back with you.
His group, the Medan Art Maniac, is more voluntary than money-making. He started the group in 2018, but it dwindled as COVID-19 took over and has remained idle since then. Having returned now from Australia energized, he plans on formally registering and getting interested artists to register with him in order to generate income from it. Despite the negativity the Medan province has emitted in the past years, this is one of the good things that the province could be proud of. Robert relates to many of the talented artists of Medan who have over the years promoted the province with the likes of Larry Santana, Tabasilau, and the late Marlon Collinard, to name a few. He is encouraging youths to engage in arts as there are opportunities outside of the country. Robert's biggest hope is that the National Cultural Commission could come up with different programs to enable more raw talents to surface in promoting art in Medan. For now, he is a regular art seller along with his group, who can be seen daily in front of the Medan Resort Hotel with their paintings and artifacts. Alice Peter, TV1 News, Medan.
And that ends the news segment. Over to you, Mary.
Thanks, Carol. After the break, we'll have your news in sport. Stay tuned.
From the highs of joy to the lows of anguish, it will all be embraced. The power of belief will emerge from the hearts of a billion. And when that day finally comes, glory will be immortalized. This is the ICC Men's Cricket World Cup. For everything ever dreamt for, wished for, lived for.
Hello, WWE Universe. This is WWE superstar Shayna Baszler, the Queen of Spades. I'm here to set it all on fire. Watch WWE on Digicel TV.
Wow!
Without further ado, I give you the visionary artist Magic Mike.
Why are you in London?
I'm gonna put on a show at this famous theater.
People are numb, disconnected. We're gonna wake them up with a wave of passion they've never felt before.
Magic Mike's Last Dance premieres Sunday, October 8th, 9 p.m. on HBO.
Hi and welcome to Adventure All Stars, the travel show with a difference. Every episode features authentic cast members travelling to secret locations. They don't know where they're going or what they'll be doing as they uncover the best and most exciting experiences on the planet. Prior to filming, the stars of today's show raise vital funds for their nominated charity, and their reward is the trip of a lifetime.
Everything about this trip has changed my life.
It's really hard to put it into words. It actually gets me quite emotional.
You just have to trust that everybody has your back. You will have the best time of your life. Everybody should do this.
Real people, real emotion, real adventure. This is Adventure All Stars.
Thank you for staying with us. First up, Governor for Medan, Ramsey Pariwa, has encouraged the youth of Medan to engage in sporting activities. The governor is moving sports to a whole new level with plans to have a budget for the sector next year and onwards. He is embarking on this as a pathway for change and development for the youth sector.
Governor Pariwa said not only can sports decrease law and order issues, but through sports, SMEs, cultures and tourism is promoted. He encouraged all Medan youths to take up sports in each of their districts, as money will be allocated in the budget for major events starting next year, where they can participate at the district level.
Budget you must start playing. Now time comes, you must play continuously until time on events, Easter, Independence, and Christmas, and on main events from Lawyer.
Pariwa also appealed to the PNG Sports Foundation to make their presence known in games that have been hosted in Medan, to identify potential raw talents during scouting for national teams. As patron of Medan Soccer Association, Pariwa has vowed to back sports in the country. Pariwa further added that there is a bigger vision for empowering sports within the province. He wants to see raw talents progressing on into the national and international spectrum. While admitting that there is no political motivation and backing for youths in sports, he promised to turn that around going forward. A confident Pariwa also challenged stakeholders his intention to host the PNG Games in Medan. Alice Peter, TV1 News, Medan.
The Lae City Authority has now taken over the management of the St. Ignatius Kilaga Stadium. A lease agreement was signed today at the outdoor stadium between the Lae City Authority Chief Executive Officer Robin Callistus and the Papua New Guinea Sports Foundation CEO Albert Veratau.
Member for Lae and Deputy Prime Minister John Rosso has always stressed on restoring Lae to its glory days, the days when families can enjoy the city and its benefits without fearing for their safety.
This two member compliment him, this brand new airport, fix him stadium, market and fix, wolf premium fix, organize something run good, the roads in our city run properly, street lights going to our suburbs. Organize something is to benefit the people of Lae, benefit Blumi, and benefit him all. Taxpayer no man sabam takis inside the Lae city. So city Blumi sinang good, na imo gada hamamas na round good inside the city Blumi.
Apart from the infrastructural development that is changing the face of the city under his leadership, the Lae City Authority is also looking at bringing public areas and recreational facilities under its management. At today's signing of a 5-year lease agreement with the PNG Sports Foundation, Rosso emphasized that the residents of Lae need to enjoy well-maintained facilities. That was why the conversation was initiated with the Sports Minister Don Polya and the Sports Foundation to let the LCA manage and maintain the stadium. Rosso further assured the staff of the PNG Sports Foundation in Lae that they will not be affected by the change in management. Salome Vincent, TV1 Sports.
The PNG Sports Foundation, under the Go Rural, Go Global strategy, is collaborating with the PNG Football Association to drive its key goals and objectives on the world stage. At the launch of the PM's MSG Cup, the PNG Sport Foundation praised the government for its commitment and support to making the strategy a reality.
PNG Sports Foundation CEO Albert Veritao said football, being a global sport, would be an ideal platform to drive and transform the Go Rural, Go Global campaign to reality through sports and education. The recent visit to PNG by FIFA President Gianni Infantino was embraced by Prime Minister James Marae and Sports Minister Don Polya, with some initial discussions regarding the partnership.
FIFA President came all the way to meet our Minister and our Prime Minister. I think we are one country that embraced him, not only as the PNG Football Association, but also the national government embraced him, and Minister has made some commitments, and they are well known now, but he will talk to them at a later stage.
Veritao was pleased to note that Go Rural, Go Global is all about changing and transforming the mindset and attitude of the next generation, targeting children between the ages of 6 to 16 through education and sport. He said through this partnership with soccer, this could present another pathway and opportunity for young boys and girls to play overseas.
That our Go Rural, Go Global strategy is the one that PNGFA has embraced. PNGFA will also be working with Sports Foundation, driving Go Rural, Go Global. Go Rural, Go Global will transform this country in a way that you cannot imagine, and in a way that you will be part of that journey.
Veritao thanked and acknowledged the government through Minister Polya for their overwhelming support in embracing the policy. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
Kokopo City Rugby League Association President Nicole Kamara has praised the 9 rugby league clubs for their cooperation and support in making the 2023 season a success, with the grand final held on Saturday. The president said it was exciting to see local rugby league enthusiasts, families and supporters coming back to Colorbond after the COVID-19 pandemic.
An estimated crowd of 2,000 fans turned up on Saturday towards the grand final showdown between Kokopo Panthers and KBC Knights, with Panthers winning the premiership after defeating Knights 10-8.
This year, I'm just really thankful to the 9 clubs and the 2 women's clubs that joined and helped build up KCRL for the year. Had a really good presentation yesterday. Made sure everyone went home before the sun went down, and it was it was enjoyed by everybody. Great achievements, we did Eastern Britain 9s. We also the representative duties of our under 20s, who majority were in the under 20s and brought home the shield. The ladies, really proud of them, done well, and then the team ladies that went and represented the country for the Junior Orchids.
A relieved KCRL President Nicole Kamara said since assuming the role as the first woman president for the Kokopo League, it's been an eventful few months, and the new executive she could not be prouder for the commitment and dedication from the team, while there's still a lot of work to do in the women's game. However, Kamara was proud and congratulated the boys and girls who represented NGI at the national championships, especially the champions under 20 boys and those that made it to the junior Kumuls and the junior Orchids, an achievement for the local league and NGI.
I'm really happy with the teams, the managers and the coaches who have helped to support me this year. I was away for a month on representative duties, and really thankful for Oscar Tonga and Marcus Kaugla for holding up the fort until I got back. But we've done really well, and it's time to hand in our report and our finances to our sponsors, as well as to the governor, for the support they've given us this year.
She admitted that with limited resources and financial support, it was a challenge keeping the games going. Kamara thanked everyone for their support, including sponsors, Agmark Pacific Limited, and the Office of the Governor of East New Britain. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
That's all the news we have for sports. We'll now have the weather for the main centers for the next 24 hours.
Weather for the main centers for the next 24 hours. For Marae region, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms with rain areas. Lay, cloudy periods with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Highlands, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms with areas of rain drizzles. Mount Hagen, cloudy periods with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Cloudy periods, rain showers and possible thunderstorms across all highland centers. Southern region, isolated showers and thunderstorms with areas of rain over Gulf and inland western provinces. New Guinea Islands region, isolated showers and thunderstorms becoming scattered over New Britain provinces. Ocean forecast for the next 24 hours. Bismarck Sea sees slight to moderate patches rough over southern sector with southeast winds of 10 to 20 knots gusting to 25 knots over southern sector. Coastal waters forecast. Waters of Finchafen through Vitiaz Strait to Siasi to Karkar Island. Waters of West New Britain and waters of Manus and its western group of islands seas 1.5 to 2.5 meters. And that ends another edition of TV1 News. Thanks for your company. Bye for now.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by BSP, our bank